Now, this video is for anyone that's buying a computer in a local store or online, and you're looking to spend anything from $300 up to $3,000. I'm going to show you the difference between a fast, reliable, fully upgradable computer for whatever your budget is, and show you computers that have none of those benefits of being fast, reliable and upgradable, nor worth the money that you pay for it. And I'm going to show you the simple things to look out for when buying a computer. So you want a computer that possibly looks good, performs well, and will get the job done, and you will be able to upgrade when the time comes at a price that you can afford. That is basically what most people want out of a computer, and without taking into consideration reliability and quality of the components that go into the computer. It's something that you can't know before you buy, especially with branded PCs. This computer that I am going to show you is for anyone who is trying to buy a cheap, fast, reliable, fully upgradable PC. And I'd like to basically start by saying, stop buying crap out here on these websites or in a store locally, and you're getting a computer that's substandard and will never. You'll get the 6 months out of it. It'll be fine, and then it'll start slowing down because it has these terabyte drives that are terrible. I don't know how many times I've just replaced. The only thing I've done with the computers is replaced the hard drive that's in them, the disk drives, and put in a solid state drive. They are so much faster once I do that, because it is the biggest bottleneck on any computer. So just keep that in mind when you're buying computers. If you see a disk drive, ask them at the store, ask them online, is there going to be, if you can't see the actual specs for the computer, find out, and 99% of the time they will be disk drives, unless you go for the higher priced computers. The solid state drives today are reasonably priced. You can get a 120 gig solid state drive for $80. So they're not expensive, and I can't understand why these companies are not putting them in to computers. They're saying, oh, people want loads of capacity inside in their computers. You can add a new drive to your computer as you need more space, and it's only a matter of just transferring the whole operating system and all your data from one drive to the other drive, which is very simple. I have a video there myself on my YouTube channel that you can go and check out to find out how to do that. Or you can just leave a comment on the video here, and I'll show you, I'll point you in the right direction as to how to do that. Okay, so this build will be more reliable, faster and fully upgradable, unlike all branded computers, desktops, laptops, tablets and smartphones. And I will say that you don't have to build it yourself. A local computer technician will be delighted to build a computer for you at very little cost. And if they are truly a tech that cares, he may not put his stamp of approval on the components that you were after purchasing, because they didn't. Basically, they won't put their stamp of approval on it because they didn't purchase the components that. But the good ones, the good computer technicians, will build it for you and give you advice and tips on maintaining it. Just look around you. You will find people that will do this for you. Okay, especially in the tech world. It's a passion more than a job. The computers side of things, it really is. Or if you want, I can help in this area. Just contact me here on YouTube or on my website, Computer Help Made Easy. As I said earlier, the number one reason why all branded computers fail is because of the drive, the disk drives that are used in the computers. And of course, they also, in manufacturing, they're always trying to keep costs down, so they use the cheapest they can get away with. That's what they will do. They will use the cheapest motherboards they can get from the manufacturer of the motherboards. They get the cheapest hard drives. They'll get the cheapest DVD players, the cheapest graphics cards. The processors that they get from Intel or AMD, they are the bottom of the line as far as Intel would be concerned. They'd send them off to them. It's just a combination of a whole lot of things that causes these computers, and that's the reason why they put on these 1-year warranties on them, because they can't guarantee that they will actually last any longer than 12 months, because the parts that are going into them are not, they're substandard. So that's my take on it. I'm fixing these computers every day, branded computers, and even some custom built PCs by not so good computer technicians, but there you go, that's life, that's the way things go. So again, number one reason, make sure there's a solid state drive in it for reliability, and forget about disk drives. They kill reliability and speed every time they are used in a PC. 12 months, you'll get your 12 months, and then after that things will just go downhill. And number two, of course, is the motherboard. So here's my list of parts for a build of around $300. Now it's going to vary. At the time of me making this video, it was $340. Okay, so now always start your build with the systems board. Now I'm just going to go down through all the parts that I would, if I wanted to build a reasonably priced computer that I knew was going to be reliable and fast and fully upgradable in the future. And I'll show you the parts on Amazon in a moment, but I'll just quickly run down through all the parts that I have picked for a build around $360. So the systems board, which is the motherboard, is a Gigabyte GA97M-D3H, and it's priced at $88. Okay, and the CPU I went for was the G1850, and it is the 1150 socket. So it's the newest Intel socket. It's the 4th generation, and it was priced at $55, and this includes built-in graphics. Okay, and the next component would be memory, and the Kingston HyperX Fury 4 gigs that runs at 16 megahertz, pretty good, DDR3, and it's priced at $44.29. The hard drive is a solid state drive, a Samsung 840 Evo series, and it's 120 gig. Now I will explain at this stage that it's a 120 gig hard drive. Okay, so as you're adding more data onto your computer, what you do is you go and you buy another solid state drive and just put it into your drive. It's plug and play, and off you go again with another 120 gig drive. Say if you've nearly that first one filled, then you move on and get another one. And this is the best way to have to keep your computer fast and reliable. Okay, the next component is a power supply, and I went with the EVGA 430 watt, and it has 80 plus certification. It has the ATX 12 volt and the EPS 12 volt power supply. So that's for the CPU. There's the 8-pin connector for it, and the price of that power supply is $40. And the case or tower unit that I went with was Cooler Master Elite 431 Plus mid tower. It's a mid tower computer case, and it has front panel USB 3 connector that you can connect to the board, and the systems board has that connection for a USB 3 connector for the front panel. And the operating system, I went with a free operating system called Ubuntu, and you can get, I'll show it to you, I'll show you the website in a minute anyway. So, and the total cost is $367. That's just, I just averaged it out. I didn't go into the cent of the actual price. So now, just before I show you the different components that we'll be using for this build, I want to show you the first thing you should do when you're buying or building a new computer is to go to the motherboard manufacturer's website and check the specs for that particular board. So the one that we've picked is the it has the chipset of H797. So if you click on that guy there, so this is the Gigabyte website, and the one I think we looked at was the GAH97M-D3H. So click on that, and you'll see all the information about this board here. Now, some of the micro ATX boards does not have a HDMI. See this HDMI connector? So just be aware of that. So it has the usual connections on it, but it has 4 USB 3 back end kind of connectors at the back of your computer when you have it built. And the board also has the turbo 8-pin power connection, and it has USB 3. There it is. So you can see it there. But this is how you go into the manufacturer's website and you check the specs for it, because this is the only way you're going to find out what exactly what you need is you know, is it a good board or a bad board, or has it got all the features that you want. So it's very important to go to these websites and check out the boards before you even think about buying a board, because everything that you connect, that once you start building the computer, everything that you connect is connected through the motherboard, right? All the external connections there. So this board will also, when the new 5th generation comes out, this board will be compatible with them. So the new processors, 5th generation, I think they're coming out in December 2014. And it could be early 2015 before they start actually bringing them out online, possibly before the Christmas, but that remains to be seen whether they will or not. So this is what you do. You check what quality of the board, what you see. This information is not given with your branded PCs. You don't get the information about the motherboards, because the motherboards are of poor quality. They're not as good quality as these boards. And with all these boards, you get a 3-year warranty. It is a fairly reasonably priced board as well. I'll be showing you that. I'll be showing it to you on Amazon in a second anyway. So also with this board, now we're using a low-end processor, but for standard computer use, it is perfect. You know, all the branded PCs that I showed you there, it was quite capable of doing the normal computing that most people do. Like if you're playing games or high-end editing, then you'll have to go for a higher-end processor. But for everyday computing, the processor that I've picked, the 1850, is perfect for everyday computing use. It runs at nearly 300 gigahertz, so it's fine for making all the calculations that you need to make, that the computer needs to make in order for it to be functional as a PC. And with the added solid state drive, it'll be a nice nippy machine, and it'll be fully upgradable, and it will last the 3, 4, 5 years easily. It's the quality of the board that makes all the difference in your build. So keep that in mind when you're out shopping for a new computer. And as I said, technicians delighted. I'd be delighted to help you through the process of building it as well. Okay, so you can contact me here on YouTube if you like. Let me show you those parts here on Amazon now. We'll move on here now. So this is the actual Amazon website, and the prices are all listed as well, and you can check the customer reviews. Now sometimes customer reviews can be very off-putting because they usually put up their reviews 2 or 3 weeks after getting the board, and they haven't used it too long, so you take them with a pinch of salt most of the time. But as I said, use your gut feeling as far as best thing to do is to ask a computer tech, get advice. Is what I'm saying. You can contact me here on my YouTube channel anytime if you need help with this kind of information. So the next part that we'll be using is the Intel Celeron. It's just a 2-core processor, and it has a processor speed of 2.9, and it is a pretty smooth running, for its price, a pretty smooth running processor. I have used them in builds, and they haven't had any problems so far. Now bear in mind they're only out a year and a half, is it? Nearly 2 years. So keep that in mind. Next component is the Kingston HyperX Fury, 4 gigs of, and it's running at 13 megahertz, and it's DDR3, so it's compatible with the motherboard. Another thing you have to be careful of is compatibility with RAM, motherboard and processor. And then we went for the Samsung, the 840 Evo series, 120 gig, and it's a SATA drive, and it's solid state. So again, you can go up in gigabyte size, but once you go up in gigabyte size, the price changes. That's a reasonable price now for 250, 118, $120. You see what the price of the 500 gig one is, 249. So there's a big jump there now. But anyway, another thing about solid state drives to be careful of, Kingston has been getting a bad rap from people. They've supposedly changed the controller that's inside in them, so just be careful. As I said, read the reviews, see what people are saying about them. They've apparently changed from the original controller, and now they're trying to sell these cheaper solid state drives, and they are not as reliable as the likes of the Samsung solid state drive. So again, be aware of that. So this is the power supply. It's the EVGA 430 watt. Now, upgradability, you'd want to be using possibly a 500 watt. If you were putting in say a graphics card into your system, you'd need, say, a 500 watt minimum. Again, it's whatever you're going to be using. This computer that I'm showing you how to build here, the parts for the build, is for your run-of-the-mill normal computing. Any high-end editing, you would have to go with higher spec parts. So this is your average build, like like the websites that I showed you earlier, the Dells and the Lenovos, all these say $700, that's 700 euros, 500. Yeah, these, fine if you want to go and buy them, by all means, but be aware of the fact that they will fail. So that's all I'm saying. And their upgradability is absolutely non-existent, really. So let's see, where were we? Yeah, so that's the power supply there, and the next component then is the case to put all your components into. Cooler Master Elite 431 Plus. It's a mid tower, and by the way, this gigabyte board is a micro ATX, so it's this one. It's the one below the ATX standard board. Okay, just in case you thought it was a full-size board, it's a smaller board. And the next component then is the actual operating system, and I went for Ubuntu, and this is how you download it. Again, go to my YouTube channel and you'll find out how to download it, install it on DVD or on a flash drive, and install it that way. And another thing, I just to show you the difference, so $300 US would work out in the region of 227 euros. So you could do the same thing on an Amazon UK site if you wanted to. The prices vary a little bit from region to region, but they're pretty close. I have looked into that, and they are actually very close. So you can get all these parts on the UK site, the Amazon sites, the German site, or the French sites, or you know, they're in a lot of countries, Amazon. So, and that's pretty much it for the build. So as I said, you don't have to build it yourself. Go get a computer tech to build it for you. They'd be only delighted to build it for you. Now, just a few other things I'd like to talk to you about. Now, shipping was not included. Location and how often you shop online on these websites is going to be a major factor in what price you can get these parts for. So how often you shop, you'll be able to get discounts if you shop a lot online on these particular websites. And the time of the year, again, shipping will be higher certain times of the year, and of course your location is going to govern how much you're charged for post and packaging and shipping and all that. One other thing I'd like to discuss here is the manufacturer's warranties. Now, all the parts that I've shown you here have a minimum of a 3-year warranty, as opposed to the branded computers, which only has the 1-year warranty. So all these have just a 1-year warranty, all of them. And the components that I have shown you to actually build all have a minimum of a 3-year warranty, and I think the memory actually has a lifetime warranty. Samsung is 3 years. Kingston I think is 3 years too, actually. But your power supply has a 3-year warranty, and the case, of course, you know, they last for years and years. And your operating system, well, it's a free operating system, so it won't make any difference whether there's a warranty on it or not, because it doesn't make any difference, because you're getting it for free. So there is no support for it, but there is a huge community of people that will help you with problems with this operating system, including myself. Just one more thing I'd like to discuss, the warranties on Amazon. So the manufacturer's warranties may not apply in all cases, depending on factors like the use of the product, where the product was purchased, and who you purchased the product from. Please review the warranty carefully and contact the manufacturer if you have any questions. So they're kind of pushing the book on to the manufacturer of the components. So just be aware of whatever warranty you get with your parts, wherever you buy them. Make sure that you're getting the full warranty of the component that you are actually purchasing. It's just a thing to be very aware of, especially out here online. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it has helped someone with a little bit more knowledge of the difference between branded computers and custom built computers. Either you build it yourself, or you get a computer technician or a builder of computers to do it for you. They are so much better than the branded PCs, and I hope that you've actually learned something from this video. So thanks for watching.